2009 has been a vintage year for the hatchback. Ford have given us the awesome Focus RS and VW the ultimate all-rounder in the Golf GTI. But if you can't quite stretch to a 25 grand budget, that doesn't mean you can't join in the fun. For a start, there's this, the Abarth 500. This particular 500 is a bit special too because it's got the SASA kit on it, which means you get stiffer suspension, uprated brakes and some tasty 17-inch alloys. And those upgrades are no bad thing, because this SASA version's 1.4 turbocharged engine kicks out 160 brake horsepower. Now, given that it only weighs just over 1,000 kilos, it's a pretty nippy little machine. But don't be fooled into thinking it's a real driver's car. It's not. The steering is weirdly artificial and the seating position is frankly all wrong. You can't find a decent one, but the worst thing is the suspension. It's so stiff, there's no damping whatsoever. You just get bounced around all over the place. To be honest, the Fiat 500 is best left to nipping in and out of traffic in central London. But if it's hardcore driving thrills you want, you'll be after one of those. Now, the Clio doesn't match the Abarth in the looks department, but it's so much better to drive. This Cup version gets stiffer suspension and a lightweight pared down interior, which gives a bit of a cheap tacky feel, and the air conditioning's been binned off too, so it's all a bit sparse in here. But what you do get is a 200 brake horsepower 2-litre engine going through one of the best short wheelbase front wheel drive chassis money can buy today. But what if you want your hot Super Mini to offer the same design flair as the Abarth, but without compromising on the driving experience, but at the same time want something that's good fun to play with in the lanes that has a few more creature comforts? Well, Seat reckons it's got the answer. The new Ibiza Cupra has a trick up its sleeve. It was designed by Luke Donkervolk, the bloke who penned the Lamborghini Murcielago and Gallardo, and it shows. There's these funky creases that run along the body, just like they do on a Lambo. There's huge air intakes on the bumper, just like a Lambo. And there's even a trapezoidal exhaust and diffuser, just like, well, you're starting to get the idea. And it's the same story on the inside. There's loads of trendy gloss black trim, a nicely sculpted dash, and the seats are supportive and comfortable. Now, although it's definitely a cut above the Clio, I don't actually think it's quite as exciting as the Abarth. So it certainly looks the part inside and out, and it should drive the part too, as under the bonnet is VW Group's excellent 180 brake horsepower 1.4 litre engine that's both supercharged and turbocharged. That means the Seat will do 44.1 miles to the gallon. But more importantly, it means that this little Seat can sprint from 0 to 60 in 7.5 seconds and will keep pulling all the way to 140 miles an hour. It really is a quick little car. There's absolutely loads of grip, and that's thanks mainly to the fact that Seat have fitted the Cupra with the same XDS differential that you'll find on the Golf GTI, which uses the traction control and the ESP to knock out all the understeer, and it really does work well. If you want your Super Mini to come crammed with style, look fantastic and stick a smile on your face, then for just over 16 grand you could do a lot worse than opt for the Abarth. But if it's driving thrills you want and for the pure baby hot hatch experience, there's really no other car out there at the moment that's as good to drive as the Clio Cup. But does the Seat offer the best of both? Well, not really. You see, a hot Super Mini should be simple and a little bit childish. I mean, the Seat is a good looking car and it's not bad to drive, but it's all a little bit too grown up and refined.